With the power of Figma Agent, it's easier than ever to build plugins and now shaders right on the canvas. All you have to do is tell the agent what you want to build, answer a few follow-up questions about the controls you want, and you'll be delighted with a plugin or shader. Let's go ahead and jump into Figma. We're going to be working on a new bank app today. I'm a designer at this bank, and I want to give our brand in cards a bit of a touch-up. I'm going to open up a new chat and give Figma Agent our prompt to create a new shader fill. As it works, it's going to reference necessary skills and tools to be able to create our shader fill for us. Shader fills are the first primitive I'm introducing you to. They work exactly as fills do today, but are instead generated with a shader in the backend rather than being analytically fixed. Here, I have my line wave pattern shader fill. Let's touch up the front. There's a bit too much going on, and let's look at the controls Figma Agent has given us. You can see here that we have line thickness and line density. I'm going to reduce these until I get to a good spot. That looks good. Now let's go to the back of the card. It looks like the front of the card, but I want to add a bit more contrast to it. I'm going to make use of the gradient control Figma Agent has given us. Let's add a bit more yellow to it. And perfecto. You'll find all of your shader fills in the same place you'd usually go for a fill. Let's move on to looking at different variants of my card using an agent-built plugin. We'll go to where we normally find our Canvas Classic plugins, and we'll find our plugin right there, Card Generator. Let's take a look at the controls the Figma Agent has provided us here. We have count, and we have different variety of controls. We have network, such as Visa, MasterCard, or random. We have locale, and we can change to a long name, for example. Let's go ahead and generate 6 different cards to test in our product mock. So I'm going to go hit generate card, and let's take a look at what we got. So we have 6 different cards over here. I see that 2 of them are the same. So I want to randomize the selection until I get to a combination that are all unique. Ah, perfect. I love this combination of cards. Agent-built plugins are created exactly how you'd create a shader fill, with Figma Agent and a prompt, and that's it. Let's go take a look at our new app. There's a variety of screens here, and you can see we've embedded some of these credit cards in the screens. We can take advantage of our shader effects to apply some additional polish onto the surfaces here. Shader effects are similar to classic layer effects at Figma, like progressive layer blur and texture. They use the content contained within the object and can reprocess the pixels with a shader. For example, let's look at the tap to pay interaction. Wow, that is such a fun interaction. Shader effects are made in the exact same way as shader fills and agent-built plugins. All you need is a prompt and Figma Agent. You'll find all of your shader effects in the new shader effect picker, which you can access from the effect dropdown. Let's take a look at how these are going to look in Figma Make now. Shader fills and shader effects export cleanly to HTML, so we can get a feel for how these will work. The code backing each shader fill and shader effect is available via MCP as well. I have my product site here, and we have our shader fills embedded on the page. You can see that we can scroll to our cards, and we can tap on each one and take a look at what's going to happen. You can see here that some of the animations actually play from our shader fills as well. And we can take a look at how this would actually look in a production site. More than that, we're going to be shipping animation and mouse support in shaders later this year. But let's move on to something else, the synergy of these things. Over here, I've made an SVG flipbook animation tool. It interpolates between 2 SVGs and creates keyframes in our new motion timeline product. Let's look at this square to circle transformation. At this point, we've used an agent-built plugin and motion, but what if we also added shaders into the mix? Let's look at this sample with an outline effect. And what if we added that onto that SVG flipbook we made, and then animated properties of that motion clip? We can take a look. That's how you can prompt Figma Agent to build you plugins and shaders right on the canvas in Figma. Try them out today.